Look at all these people here. Hey everyone, I forgot this is recording. This is Gary in Las Vegas, and I'm here with my little sweetheart Whisper. Whisper's being a little bit needy right now, but she just loves me. So we're just gonna talk a little bit about some things that are happening with our Send Out Cards company, and we have a few people that'll be joining us here. So just want to give them a couple minutes to get on, and we'll be starting here very shortly. So my name's Gary. I'm a realtor in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I just came back from Salt Lake City where we had our annual Send Out Cards convention, and they released all kinds of amazing new programs. And I'm just excited to share those with you and answer any questions that you have. And we're just going to kind of be with us probably for a shorter period of time, probably going to be just here for about 30 minutes or so. It really depends on you and your questions. So it looks like we have a couple participants. Why don't you, if you're watching me, why don't you say hello in the chat? Hey, Leanne, how are you? And let me know who you are and where you're from. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So, guys, I've been a realtor for 4 years here in the Las Vegas area. And I'll tell a little bit about my background. I come from the insurance industry, and the insurance industry is all about residual income. So as I transferred into the real estate industry, you know, it's the exact opposite. You're rich, you're poor, you're rich, you're poor, at least as you get started. And so about a year into being a realtor, I saw someone on stage at an event at the Mirage Hotel. There was about 10 or 12,000 people there. And this gentleman's name was Jordan Adler. He's now a very good friend of mine, but Jordan Adler is a world-known networker and a very successful author. And Jordan represents a company called Send Out Cards. And I saw this program that night when I went on the computer because it intrigued me. You know, being in the real estate business, we know that we're in the people business, okay? It's not so much real estate as it is our core business is developing relationships. It's a people business. So I thought, you know, gosh, this is probably really going to be very good for me. So that night I went on my website for Send Out Cards, and I was blown away by it because before I would order a card or I'd go down to the store, you know, spend a half hour getting down to the store, finding a card, paying $5 to $7 for it, and still have to fill it out and mail it. And so what I discovered is that this program called Send Out Cards, from the ease of my smartphone or my computer, that I could actually create a physical greeting card that goes through the mail and lands in someone's mailbox. Okay, so that's cool. It's very fast, you know, a couple minutes. It's very inexpensive. You know, it's a couple dollars versus $5 or $6, $7. But probably the coolest thing about it is that I could personalize it with pictures. And, you know, people put their lives on Facebook. And when I saw that I could have a system where I could take something off of Facebook, let's say a friend of mine or a client of mine, a past client, gets a new puppy, like little Whisper here, and posts a picture of their new dog, I can actually take that picture from Facebook, put it on a card, maybe add a little doggy treat because they've got gifts included in the system, and send that off from my laptop or my phone. It'll get printed tonight, goes out in tomorrow's mail, and my client, my recipient, will get it a couple days later. And so I really fell in love with the concept, and I actually found out that Jordan had purchased a home from someone in my office. And so, hey, Lisa, yeah, this is going to be an intro, and then it's going to be going over the changes, so just so you know. So ultimately, I had Chet call Jordan. Jordan called me and showed me how to send a card to someone, and I did so, and I got started a couple days later, and I started sharing this with people and, other realtors. I'm around realtors all the time. You guys are around realtors all the time. So not only did I start to use this for my real estate business, but I started sharing it with other realtors, and I started developing a second income. And now that it may intrigue you, it may not. It's totally fine. I just want to kind of give you a little bit of a background of myself and where I come from and how I came across this amazing company. So I've been with Send Out Cards now for 3.5 years. I've made tens of thousands of dollars using the Send Out Card system in my real estate business. I've made tens of thousands of dollars sharing send out cards with other business owners, realtors, loan officers, insurance agents. And it has supplemented, or it's paid for, all of my real estate marketing, which is kind of cool. And I've started using it to go after FSBOs and expireds. I've helped other realtors to do that. So today I'm going to be talking a little bit about send out cards and how I use it. And then I'm going to be going over some of the changes that happened over the weekend. As I had mentioned earlier, I just came back from the annual convention up in Salt Lake City. That's where the home office is at. And they've made incredible changes to the program, not only in the technology, but in the programs and plans. And, it's absolutely amazing what can happen now. So previously, I used to be able to send a card from my phone or my laptop, and it would cost me $1.67. So if I sent off 100 campaign cards, like I had a listing, in fact, I'll show it to you here, if I can find it easily. I had a listing that I had and that I created. I put it on a 3-panel card, and as you can see, there's 3 panels, and then I put the outside of the home on the front, and then some pictures of the pool and the patio and the kitchen and so forth on the edges. And I got a list of 100 neighbors around this home, and I created one card. I uploaded 100 people into my send out card system through a CSV file, basically a spreadsheet, and I hit send. And that night, 100 cards were printed and were individually addressed and greeted individually with the phone, with their name. And I actually got a client that called me a week later and said, "Hey, I'm moving into Vegas, and someone handed me this card that has pictures of this home. I'd like to take a look at it." So I was like, great. So I showed him this home, and he actually didn't buy this home, but he did buy a brand new Toll Brothers home through me. And that little $200 campaign made me about $19,000. So if you are thinking that that's a great rate of return, yeah, it is. So the thing is that previously, with my prior systems and the prior packages that Send Out Card has, if I send out 100 cards, just a 2-panel card, something like this, if I sent out 100 of these cards, that would cost me $167 because it's $1.67, or it was $1.67 per card. Now with the new plans, if I send out 100 of these cards in a campaign, it costs $147. Plus, I can send out unlimited cards like this, where I create the card and send it off immediately to one recipient. I can send out unlimited cards for that $147 a month. So guys, think about this. You've got a farm, and you send out cards, and you send out mail to them. You know, farms are great. They're very productive, but they can be a little bit expensive in terms of doing all the direct mail and doing all the touches. So can you imagine having a send out card system where you can create a card very quickly on your phone or your computer and send it out to 100 people, and it costs you $147 a month? Then, as you're talking to people in the farm, you go and knock on their door, and you have a good conversation with a few people. You send them a follow-up card saying, "Hey, it was great talking to you. You have a lovely home. I'd like to be able to help you if you know of anyone," so forth. So this program that they've changed and made basically an unlimited card sending service for either $99 a month or $147 a month, depending on which plan you choose, is incredible for realtors. Guys, this system will put so much commission dollars into your pocket. So I actually have a good friend of mine up in Fort Collins that she signed up last October, and under the old program, because the new program just started on Monday, started yesterday. Anyway, she sends out about $1,000 a month in cards to go after FSBOs and expireds. And she started that in November. So for the last November, December, about 5 months, she spent about $5,000, and she has had a return of about $4.5 million in listings. So that's about that's a hell of a return. So maybe 25, 50 to 1. I'm not sure. I'd have to crunch the numbers. Now, Kayla also became a distributor and started sharing this with other realtors, and she's made $3,200 in her Send Out Cards program. So her true cost has been $1,800 to bring in $120,000 plus of commissions. So there's a great book that I'm going to recommend to you. It's called A Revolution in Real Estate Sales. A Revolution in Real Estate Sales by Jim McCord. You can download it off of Amazon for a couple dollars. You can buy the paperback for $8 or $9. Get that book, because in this book, Jim's a KW agent out of Ohio and Kentucky, and he lays out exactly how he sends a 4-card campaign to people that have a FSBO or expired listing. And he lays it all out, the cards, the words, the setup. And if that's what exactly that I have followed, that's the same thing that Kayla has followed. And if you use this send out card system along with Jim's instruction in his book, A Revolution for Real Estate Sales, it's A Revolution in Real Estate Sales. If you follow his instructions and use the send out card system, you will make a lot of money going after FSBOs and expired. So we can talk a little bit more about that if anyone has any questions. But guys, I'm going to share my screen and go right into the changes that Send Out Cards made over the weekend at the convention and that they released yesterday morning. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and just talk to you a little bit about the changes and answer any questions that you might have, and we'll just take it from here. So basically what they did is there used to be a program that we used to have this points program, and it was $39 a month, and it gave you 100 points, and this card is a 3-point card, so you'd send off about 33 of these a month, and then you pay a little bit for the postage on top of that. Well, they got rid of all that, and they just have kind of like an iTunes setup where you have a credit card on file, and you can choose one of 4 plans, and when you do that, then following the plan, you're able to send a card and it's paid for, send a card and it's paid for, rather than trying to translate how much it costs. So guys, there's 4 plans. There's a basic plan. This is pretty much a pay-as-you-go plan. And you sign up for an account, you send a card, you pay for it. You send a card, you pay for it. Now, the basic plan is going to be the most expensive way to go, okay? It's $2.75 per card. And if you want to have a photo drop card, it's actually $1 extra. So it's $3.75. That is still a raging bonus because you can personalize this. So imagine this, you're a realtor and you just close on a home. And you go down to your Hallmark store and you're walking up and down the aisles and you look over on one of the shelves and you see what looks like the picture of a home that you just sold. And that's kind of odd, all right? So you grab that card and that is the home that I just sold. How did they do that? And then you open it up on the inside and it's got a picture of your clients that you just sold the home to. How much money would you pay for a card like that? If you just sold a home and wanted to send them a thank you for doing business with me card, and you went down to Hallmark and saw the absolute same home and pictures of your client on the inside, I don't know about you, but I'd probably pay $20 for a card like that. And you can do something like that for a couple dollars and a couple minutes using Send Out Cards. So the basic program is, really for grandma to send out a couple cards a month. It's really not meant for the business owner. The premium and the enterprise package is really for business owners, which I'll get to shortly. So that's the basic plan. You can create a card, send a card, create a card, send a card. The enhanced plan gives you basically a discount. It gives you a discount on the card, gives you a discount on the gifts. So for $17 a month on a subscription, now you can send cards at $2.25 per card. And that includes whether it's a photo card or a special card. It's absolutely unlimited. And each time that you send out a card, it's $2.25. So that's better than this rate over here of $2.75 to $3.75. But it does have an entrance fee of $17 a month. So this is really for someone that's going to send off probably 10 cards a month. But as a realtor, it's quite easy to send 5 cards a day. I mean, if you've got 300 Facebook friends, you can send off 5 cards a day. Between the things that you see on Facebook or the people that you meet, you need something more than the basic or the enhanced plan. So the premium plan is phenomenal, okay? This is brand new, and it is such a cool program because look at this. For $97 a month, you can send unlimited single cards. Unlimited, and that includes postage. So guys, if you time blocked a half hour in the morning and a half hour in the evening and sent off 10 cards a day on things that you saw on Facebook, someone gets a new dog, send them a card. A new car, send them a card. Their dog passed away, send them a card. They went on a Hawaii vacation and posted 20 pictures of their vacation. pull those pictures off and arrange it on a card and send it to them and say, it looks like you had a great time. Guys, this is the perfect relationship marketing tool. And we are in the relationship marketing business. So if you use this tool, what ends up happening is that you kind of go from out here in the ether like all the other realtors are. And then if you send cards consistently to someone, they start to understand that you're connecting with them on a much deeper level than a like or a comment on Facebook. So you end up going from out here in the ether to top of mind and then top of heart. And guys, that's where the referral machine is at. When you have 5 or 6 or 7 people in your sphere of influence that love you to death because you love on them and you appreciate them, and they go to work for you, they'll hear someone in their office saying, I'm thinking about buying or selling. It's like, you need to meet my agent. That my agent is the nicest person I've ever met. And if you do this consistently, you're going to start getting referrals coming into you. It works for me. It's worked for so many realtors that I've set it up. There's people on this webinar right now that have been using the system that it's working for them. A good friend of mine back in South Carolina, Brian Perez, great guy, and he's in his 2nd year in real estate. And he made a decision when he started in real estate that he was going to work his business around his family rather than his family around his business. So this guy never misses a baseball game. He takes his 2 sons to school in the morning, and either he or his wife will pick them up after school is over. And all he uses is send out cards to love on his network. And he goes after FSBOs and expireds too. And I'll talk a little bit about that some more. But all he uses is send out cards to love on his network and go after FSBOs and expireds. Let's see, in the last month, he has written a $915,000 FSBO. And about 12 days ago, he listed a $875,000 FSBO. What is it? Some crazy percentage, 75, 80% of all FSBOs find a realtor. So if you're the one that's sending them cards, making yourself different from them, from all the other realtors, and sending them a card and a gift, and then following up like normal, what ends up happening is when you call them and say, hey, Joe, just want to make sure you got my card and 2 brownies I sent you, the whole dynamic changes, and they end up going, oh, dude, those brownies were great. Thank you so much. You know, and it just works. It's rather than dialing for dollars. Here's a simple rule. If you add value to someone before you ask a value from someone, the whole dynamic changes, and you're going to find that you're giving someone a hug when you meet them rather than a handshake. I mean, it's just such a cool tool. All right, so I digress a little bit. So for the premium package, $97 a month, you can send unlimited cards to people. You create a card, you send it off, and you can send 30 cards a month. You can send 300 cards a month. That is amazing. Being able to send off unlimited cards, including the stamps, including the postage. Guys, this is super powerful, and this system is going to put a lot of money in your pocket. All right, so now the premium package, if you send off a card in a group send, and that's what we used to call a campaign, then it's going to cost you $1.75 per card. You remember when I said a few minutes ago, it used to cost you $167 to send off 100 cards in the old system. Well, now it's $175 to send off 100 cards in the new system. Plus, you get to have unlimited single cards being able to send off, whether that's 10 a month, 30 a month, 100 a month, 300 a month. So at $97 a month, that's really a fantastic plan. You also get a 30% discount on all the gifts. So rather than paying full price like you would over here on the basic, you get a 15% discount on the enhanced program, but on the premium and the enterprise program, you get a 30% discount on all the gifts. So you get unlimited storage, being able to save all of your campaigns, all of your saved pictures, all of your saved cards. And you also get loyalty rewards. So the loyalty rewards are 10 cards a month in a group send type of a format, a campaign type of a format. And if you don't use those 10 cards, they roll over for 12 months. So you can really save them up and send out your Christmas cards for free, having the premium plan that all during the year you've used for $97 a month. sending off single cards and group cards, campaign cards. So you do get the loyalty rewards when you stay with this plan month after month. You do get 10 cards per month that roll over. If you don't use them that month, they roll over for 12 months. Guys, here's the plan that I signed up with. It's called the Enterprise Plan. And again, remember, if I used to send off in the old system, if I sent off 100 cards like I did with this campaign, I created one card and I sent it to 100 people, that's $167 that used to cost me. Now with the new program, it costs $147. Hello, I also get the unlimited single cards, including the stamps with this program. As a realtor, you can use this program by paying a set fee and develop a farm and love on your network. And you're going to start within a couple of days, you're going to start getting feedback from people saying, dude, that was so cool. That was such a nice thing to do. So here's an example of how I did that. I put someone into a rental a few years ago, and we became Facebook friends. And I noticed on my newsfeed that he posted a picture of him and his wife cutting their wedding cake. They were celebrating their 1-year anniversary. So I take this picture off of Facebook of them cutting their cake, and I put it on a card. And on the front of the card, it has a couple champagne glasses and a beautiful sunset behind it. And all it says is happy anniversary. Guys, there is nothing on here about real estate. It's all about your client, making them feel special. And lo and behold, and I added a 4-pack of brownies because he's got 2 small boys. So it cost me about $15 to send this to him. He calls me a week later after he gets it, and he says, dude, my wife adores you. Thank you so much for sending that. I really appreciate that. And the kids love the brownies. So we chatted for a few minutes, and the last thing he said to me is, hey, my dad's getting ready to move back to Vegas, and even though he's purchased 3 homes from the same realtor in Vegas, I want him to meet you. So I met with Myron a couple of weeks later, and we ended up closing a $750,000 cash transaction because I sent his son a little card and gift. So guys, it's just phenomenal being able to have this program and love on your network, love on your sphere of influence, use it with campaigns to go after your, show your listings, send just sold, just listed. It's just a phenomenal program. All right, so let me check my screen here. I've got something that's flashing at me, and it looks like I've got a chat. So, all right. So bear with me here while I look at this. So Eric says, hey, Eric, how you doing, man? Good to see you. What happens to the points you have? All right, great question. So if you have the legacy program that was currently in effect until Sunday night, you can still use those points. So those points are still going to be, and the old system is going to be available. The old point system is going to be available. Now that will probably end sometime around October, and they're going to start transitioning everyone to the new program. But if you have points in your current system now, just continue using those. You can use the old card editor. You can use the new card editor. And so either way, you can use your current points and expense. I would recommend switching over to the new program. I just think it's faster. It's got a lot of cool features. You can pull pictures directly from social media now and add them onto a card. It's just a lot more functional. So that answers that one. Lisa, is branding included on any of these packages? Yes, actually, in the prior system, you used to have to buy a bundle for $195 or $395 or $795, depending on the features that you wanted. And one of those features in all of those bundles was what we call the custom branding tool. In the new packages, the custom branding tool is provided automatically. So no need to worry about that. See, the problem that we were having is that it took people $300 to $500 to sign up with Send Out Cards and start using the system with its full functionality. And now you can sign up for basically just a pay-as-you-go, and you get the full functionality. Oh, awesome, Eric. I'm glad that you switched over. That's awesome. So yes, you can use your points and use them in the old system and the new system. Which plan did you go after, Eric? I'm curious. Lisa, will SOC automatically stop charging my credit card each month $39 for 100 cards? No, SOC will not change anything until probably October, and you'll get plenty of warning. You'll know when it's happening. So everything stays as it is. If you have the legacy program, you can still use that. It actually is totally fine. So thanks, Eric, for that. Eric signed up for the premium program, and that is this program here. Bear with me. There we go. So the premium program is what Eric signed up for, $97 a month, unlimited single card sends, including the postage. And then if you want to send off a group send, it's $1.75 per card, just a few cents above what it was in the old program. Plus, you also have the loyalty reward program. So let me go see if there's any other questions here. Bear with me. That is the that's the question I answered previously. So there's other features that come along with this. Now, you have to bear with me because this is a brand new system to me as of yesterday morning, and I'm going to try to explain more to you about what you can have and the different features. So if you're brand new, you've never been with Send Out Cards, just know that you want to grab one of these plans. Just go to my website, and I'll put that in here. I'll put it in the where am I going to put that in? I'm going to put it in the chat, maybe. I'm going to put it in my website. So if I invited you to see this by either an email or I reached out to you, then you can go to my website, which is sendoutcards.com/go mobile. Now, when you do that, you can send a card to someone for free. Now, here's the thing: if I didn't invite you, if someone else invited you to this webinar, and you want to get started, you want to go and send a free card, you want to get back with the person that invited you to this webinar, so that they can help you and answer your questions probably a little bit more effectively. So, but if you're new to Send Out Cards, if I'm the person that invited you, go to my website and sign up and send a card to someone for free. It won't cost you anything at all. And then you're welcome to reach out to me. I'm at sendoutcards.com. I'm sorry, sendoutcards4me@gmail.com. And then I'll put in my phone number here, which is 702-610-4539. You are more than welcome to reach out to me and ask me any questions. Okay, Lisa says, what if I don't want the 100 points for $39 each month if I switch to the enterprise package? So what happens is if you switch to the enterprise package, then you will still, whatever points that you have in your system, they will go ahead and transfer that over. Now, realize that if anyone has signed up since the beginning of January with a bundle, you're going to be getting a credit for your new system. I think it's $130, but please don't help me don't hold me to that, because again, I'm learning. I'm just a couple steps ahead of all you guys. So we'll get it all worked out. We'll get your questions answered. If I can't answer them, we'll definitely get them answered. So Brian Perez, you're funny. Eric, how do I set up my website to be like yours with a name, Go Mobile, instead of my distributor number? Great question. So something that we probably ought to do together. It's very simple. You go to your website and you click on your account button, and you go to website options, and then you can change that in there, and I'll be happy to help you with that. So Brian, you asked what's the main difference between the 97 and the 147? Really, the biggest difference is that you can send with the premium, you can send unlimited single cards, including the postage, with the premium program. And then if you want to send a campaign, or what we call now a group send, you're going to pay $1.75 per card. Now on the enterprise program, you also have, again, the unlimited single card sends, including postage, and you're able to send 100 free cards in a group send. So that could be one card going to 100 people. It could be 4 cards going to 25 people. It could be, however you want to set up the group send or the campaign. You get 100 cards per month in the enterprise program. Now, again, I want to remind you, in the prior program, if I set out a 100 card campaign, it would cost me $167. And I mean, that would be what it would cost, right? With the new enterprise program, it costs $147, plus I'm able to have unlimited single card sends, including the postage. So they've totally revamped And frankly, I don't know how Send Out Cards is going to do it. I think that they have looked at the numbers, and they know that some people won't send out. They won't use the plans to their full extent. But I personally plan on abusing the hell out of this program. And I'm going to be sending out 200 to 300 cards a month. It's just too good of an opportunity to reach out in love and kindness to people, to not use this to its full extent. Guys, if you use this, it's going to put real estate commissions in your pocket. We are in the people business. I can't say that enough. We are in the people business, and it only makes sense that if you love on your network and you stay top of mind and top of heart, lo and behold, it's going to benefit your real estate business a great deal. Okay, I got a couple other questions in here. Bear with me while I check them out. Okay, yes, Brian. So a campaign is the same as a group send. So we used to call our group sends a campaign. Now we call them a group send. So it's the same basic format, just different words. Eric, just clarifying, in the free group send and enterprise on the webinar, they said you still have to pay postage. I believe that is true. I honestly, I've heard two different stories on that, but I was speaking to my sponsor, Jordan Adler, and I actually clarified it with him, and he said it would be $1.75. So let me just back up. If you use more than 100 cards in the enterprise on a group send, then it's going to cost you $2.25 per card. But if you're sending out less than 100 cards in a group send, that is included in the enterprise program, so you don't have to pay postage. So just to clarify that, Eric, with the enterprise program, you get 100 free cards, including postage. That is my understanding. And then after you use the 100 cards, you start to send out your second 100 cards, or you send out 10 cards beyond the 100 free cards, then those are the ones that you have to pay postage on. Okay, now I will find out a little bit more about that and get that clarified. Okay, so Lisa, did brownies go up in price or postage? How do we pay for gifts now? So if you have the current system, like Lisa, I believe that you do, you're still going to pay for points for your cards and gifts unless you switch over, and then you're going to get a credit, and those points still can be used in the new system. You use them up. So in the new system now, gifts are paid for a price, and I haven't seen the price, but I don't think they've raised the prices, but I'm not 100% on that. So if I wanted to send a card and a 2-pack of brownies to someone with the new system, I could create the card. That goes out for free. That doesn't cost me anything for the card and the postage. And then I would attach the 2-pack of brownies, and I would probably pay $4 for the brownies, and it would be about $4 for additional postage, maybe $4.50 additional postage to send that out. So it will end up being truly about the same cost. In the prior system, it was about $10 to send a card and brownies to someone, and that will be about what it will be for the new system. Okay, if a new person signs up, do the new programs automatically sync to the app? They should. So the app, I know that they are updating the app, and that it will be a kind of a different updated app here in the next few days. I don't know exactly the time frame. Again, I'm only a couple steps ahead of most of you, just because I've been asking a few questions, because I've known about this a couple days more than you. So the new app, I know that I can go on my phone, and now I can go to instead of going to the app, I can actually go to my web browser on my phone, go to Send Out Cards, and I can send a card from the website through my phone, which I couldn't do before. So guys, this is just an amazing program. It's an amazing price point to be able to send out unlimited cards to people, including postage, with the enterprise and the premium package. Just imagine the impact that you can have using this for your real estate system. It's going to be phenomenal. All right, are there any other thoughts or any other questions at this time? Because we've been on this now for about 35 minutes, and I don't have Kayla with me going through how she uses this for FSBOs and expireds. I am going to ask, Kayla will be on the webinar with me next Tuesday. We are changing the time It's going to be one Tuesday. It's going to be at 4 o'clock Pacific. The other Tuesday, I believe, is going to be at 1 o'clock Pacific. But let me see if I can find that in my system. Bear with me. In my text. Bear with me. Kayla, unmute you. Let me see if I can do that. I'm not so super, let me see if I can do this. I'm not so super, unmute all, mute all, more. Let me see here. Mute participants. I'm just going to unmute all, guys. And Kayla, if you can go ahead and, can you hear me, Kayla? And can you say something? Are you there, Kayla? Let's see here if I can do this. Bear with me, Kayla Moore. I'm going to promote you to a panelist, Kayla. Let's see if you can get into the system and speak to us. So I was saying that next Tuesday, I am going to be on the webinar with Kayla, and I believe it is 1 o'clock. Kayla, if you can't say anything, would you confirm that it's going to be 1 o'clock Pacific? You mute yourself. I have a story I want you to share. I want you to share it too. I just don't know technically how to unmute you. So I've tried to do that and it is not letting me. So I'm sorry. I'm going to try to see if I can unmute you again. I'm just having a little bit of issue technically with this. So bear with me. Audio options. I'm going to look at that. No, that's not it. Bear with me, guys. Chat, invite, participants. I see your name, Kayla. I'm going to go click on more. No, don't want to remove you. I did promote you to panelist. Geez. Sorry, Kayla, I cannot hear. Oh, shoot, I've gone silent. Ah, that's bad. Audio options, leave computer audio. Computer audio is connected. Technical difficulties here, guys. Okay, you can hear me, Leanne. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So, Kayla, you can't hear me. I don't know what the issue is. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not super suave bola on the Zoom. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and just let you know one thing before I go. They just switched over to this new system. They are having some bugs in the system. Be patient. They will get them worked out. If not today, tomorrow, the next day, they will get them worked out and we'll be back up to full functionality. I know that there's been a lot of activity, people switching over to the new plans and trying to use the system. So they're just doing some work to get everything 100% functional. Just be patient. And definitely reach out to customer support if you're having issues, or reach out to the person that sponsored you, and we'll get these things figured out for sure. So, Kayla, why don't you share your story on your Facebook page, if you would? Why don't you go and record something on your Facebook page and post that? So, guys, Kayla made an amazing Facebook group. It's called the Real Estate Resource. So go and become a member of that if you're not already. And hopefully, Kayla, you will record something. And I'd love to hear your story because you are just rocking it so big in real estate. And I just love hearing how you're using this and the great success that you're having. So if you would, go ahead and post that on your Facebook page, and we will see it. So unless there are any other questions, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. I really appreciate you spending some time with me. Again, if I invited you to this webinar and you want to know more, go to my website, which is www.sendoutcards.com/go mobile. And Eric, I will be calling you shortly, and I will help you to get that squared away on your website. And I guess that's it, guys. If there are no other questions, let's call it a wrap. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Don't hesitate to reach out to me, reach out to customer service, reach out to the person that sponsored you and Send Out Cards, get your questions, get your issues handled. And I would get on these new programs and start sending cards like there's no tomorrow, because there is money in these new programs. So guys, have a great day. Look forward to chatting with you soon. Love you all. Bye-bye now.